because the microphone is on, because you got the microphone is picking up
But
everything.
it's off now, so I'm not hearing it.
And maybe Tara's is on. I'm not sure.
I think we're okay now. Nancy, are we okay now?
Okay, I'm not hearing anything now.
I think it might be working now. Anyway, we can just keep doing it our way. We sent people over there, so it's okay.
Okay, Contact Talk Radio.
Yeah, I've got it in there. We sent it. We just had 120 people viewing on the Instagram live. They just were jumping on, but I've been doing that a lot lately. So we'll figure out what we need to do.
And maybe we could do it a little bit after. We can just catch up with that.
Sure. Hi.
Hi.
We are live now, aren't we?
We are live. Yep. Hi, everybody.
You get such a beautiful moon behind you. And I just have the same walls I've been staring at for almost 2 months.
Right. It's in the preferences area. I thought I'd start working with some backgrounds.
I have so many people that say, show me your apartment, show me your apartment. So every day when I'm doing an interview, I just change to another little corner, clean it up. But it's really about the light, because I have a beautiful view here in New York, but it's a rainy day today, so it's not quite too bright for us today. Sometimes the light's coming in so strong, we have to hide a bit, but that's it, building little veils between us and the light to let just the right amount come through, huh?
Oh, I love it. I love it. Anyway, so I don't know if we had a proper introduction. You were on Transformations with Tara and Awakening with Marla. I mean, we did the radio show together for so many years, and yeah.
Yes, I had a Friday, you had a few Fridays, and we loved it. And then I moved to New York, and Tara is doing all the shows now. But the joy is being able to come back and at least hopefully once a month, just to get to share together. And because when you're best friends and you believe so much in the same way, and your goal in life, as Tara's, is to just keep helping people transform to be the highest good they can be for themselves and for the world. So thank you, honey, for all you do.
Yeah,
every day in that way.
You too. Wow, you've been rocking it.
I had to knock off one Zoom to jump into yours. I was trying to figure out how to do Zoom, and then Instagram. Don't want it to be too split though. You're so important to me, so I'm so happy to be here.
Right.
How's everything in California, sweetheart?
Good, beautiful. It's just all of a sudden gotten hot, very hot.
You're feeling more of the virus now.
Yes, that's right. Because doesn't that just kill all the virus when it gets really hot?
All of our functional, and I'm so sorry, I'm on a fast this week. I'm doing the Prolon 5-day fast. I'm going to put it up on my website so you can learn more, but it's the fast mimicking diet. I'm doing the fast bars right now. I think you had a fast bar, right, Tara?
Yeah.
It's Dr. Walter Longo's.
Yeah.
It's Dr. Walter Longo's science behind fast mimicking and the importance for even, God forbid, if you have cancer, but the importance of fasting to help heal any disease. So he's created a whole line of products to help get your body into that fasting mode while you're still feeding it a bit. And since in New York, we're still in a pretty strong lockdown, and going to the grocery stores isn't really a joy right now. It's a little, it's a lot of time, a lot of commitment, and when people are a bit close, it's so great to be able to order food in, and a good time to fast too. So, but what I was going to tell you is
the fast. Yeah.
Well, this is 5 days. I do their nutrition for longevity during the week. So they'll send the food from the blue zones to your house 3 days of the week. So you get all the food from the healing centers around the world where people live the healthiest and the longest. And it's all biodynamic, organic, and they send it to you fresh. And then you can make, it's usually salads for lunch. But lots of beautiful, unique combinations of every kind of vegetable. And then dinner, you can choose fish, or you can choose vegan options, and you make it yourself. So you rinse it, you chop it, you throw it all in the skillet, and you really are being able to be creative with these plans that are, I didn't even plan on talking about it. It's just, I'm so happy to be eating. But these plans, I'll throw something up on my Instagram later to show you. But I really think, we have to have such food consciousness. And Tara, what we were starting to say before I started chowing was the heat and the humidity being so helpful for, the virus can't survive in that. And the functional naturopathic alternative doctors have been telling us that from the beginning. And last night, I will say, the president, my ex-husband, actually spoke about that. And he had the head of one of his science departments speak on the research that they've done about the high humidity and sunlight, direct light, killing the virus. So he may be getting a few people coming up against him on that. I think I'm just so proud that they're speaking out on ways that, are not going to cost people money. They're talking about, why is it? Vitamin D3 is one of the biggest cures for any chronic disease, viral infection. So that's what we get from the sun.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really happy to see that announced last night. And so you, of course, everyone's going to do great in California. The distancing is still a safe thing to do. But I believe most importantly is building your immune system.
Right.
Yeah. So sorry, I just took off on that, but I was, I've been working so hard to get all these functional doctors matched up with the pharma doctors and working, a bit with the White House just to get voices heard on all sides, because it's going to take all sides coming together to really find a cure now. And I just hope to see it done in a way that's not going to be invasive to any of us, and not going to be with something that's not tried and true through time. Vaccinations terrify me.
Terrifying.
We want to find many other options, and it's happening. They're doing the research. So we just got to keep praying for everybody in leadership and speak our truth and speak our words, not be afraid to gather together and share how we feel.
Yeah. Although, I say that, I had a diphtheria inoculation when I was like 15. It's just so weird. Yeah.
At 15.
At 15, yeah.
Well, at least your immune system was stronger than to handle it.
Oh, yeah. Huge. Yeah, luckily. Because, it's just so, you think that's kind of terrifying, really.
Right. No, of course it is. And, listen, there's a theory about whether it's right for us to be staying isolated, because the isolation isn't good for our immune system.
Right. A little, it's like homeopathy, right? A little teeny bit of something allows you to get, a lot of people to have antibodies against. Yeah. I
know so many people here in the city because, they say, I saw something last night that said maybe 1 in 5 of us might have been infected with it. I don't know. I had moments where I wasn't feeling my very best and my energy was very low, and it was unusual to me. And I stayed in, took care of myself, and did what I normally do, stacked up on the vitamin C, vitamin D's, zinc, and everything, and ate healthy and slept. And I don't know if I had it or not, but I will tell you, I've had a lot of friends in the faith-based worlds too, because everyone comes together. But thank God, for the most part, they were able to go through it at home, and God willing, build the antibodies and to become stronger. I mean, the research is still being done on that right now.
Right.
But I believe the strong immune system is the best way to make it through anything. Mind, body, and soul.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you have just been working nonstop though. I mean, people don't realize that this time that you've been inside, you have been on Zooms and conference calls and really putting these people together. It's been beautiful.
It's really been good for me. I feel, and I don't know if you get questions at all, and I love taking questions from people, but there's 2 different ways of thinking of it. Some of us feel more purposed than we have in our lives. And I'm grateful for that, because I've been one that's let the outside world tug and pull on me too much in my lifetime. Mm-hmm. And having this period of time has helped me really tune in to letting the universe work for me, and instead of working, pleasing everyone and against me. But at the same time, we have to be, very mindful of those that are not used to having this this time at home and aren't comfortable in that zone, and they don't have the same freedoms that I have. I mean, I miss my family. I really do, but it's truly, I'm not coming up against another person. Like, I'm sure when you're in an isolated environment for a long time, where you don't have backyards like us, we don't have backyards. We don't, there's the park, but most people just aren't going out here just to protect themselves and to protect others. So I really want to offer some help to those that might be having a difficult time with depression or mental challenges of
Right.
what isolation has brought them, and fear that creeps in, right?
Yeah, yeah. People have been telling me that their minds aren't settling. They just can't settle down to do much of anything because they're going round and round, that, they only have so much longer on the planet and they're going to die, or their money's going to run out. They're terrified.
Yeah. And unfortunately that fear, you hate to hear it, but that fear pushes it away, and just the moment you can align with, I'm fine, I'm in the hands of God, I know there's divinity in all of this. God, show me that truth and that divinity. Then you're going to see miracles open up. I do believe it. I mean, just new opportunities that you never expected before can come, but it's training your brain a little, allowing your brain to think differently, right, Tara?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Mind programming is everything, really. I mean, we set our mind into being that we're going to be well, or we're going to be successful no matter what, because change is inevitable. We don't always get what we want. And so, we're in a changing world, and the earth is moving at 65,000 miles an hour, I always like to say. And we're only held down by gravity. So, and the thing is that, yeah, we're only held down by gravity. And so we're all afraid of change, and we shouldn't be. We should embrace it and move forward. But, I was writing in the moon, and I wrote a new moon article this month. And yeah, thanks. And the thing is that I was saying that, basically with that change, we have to embrace our best selves. We just have to go forward just easily and gently, instead of fighting ourselves. And so the thing is little exercises to get us into, it's going to be okay. All our ancestors, they risked their lives. Marla and I had made an artivist type of video way back in the day. And a few years ago. And it was all about how our ancestors really were so brave. And we have that within our DNA. We are risk takers, really deep down. And so we can survive. And that's the bottom line, is to do our very best and take care of ourselves and take care of the planet. And if we step toward it, then we're stepping toward our lives, not staying, like scared or, locked inside.
Right.
Destructive. People have been talking and the field I'm in, people have been talking about this shift for a while.
Yes.
It's not real. And this is probably what it was. My spirit guide kept saying that something's going to happen. It was like, well, we've had all those fires and everything. Really? That didn't change anybody, really. But this, wow. Everybody.
The world. Yeah. Nobody could say, look at me, I'm going through pain. Because everyone was going through pain and fear and
everyone. Yeah.
This is the first time that we've ever, this isn't a World War I, World War II. This is the whole world. This is just not one area. This is the next level for us. So yes, we have been hearing about this for so long, and maybe those other challenges helped people transform something within themselves. But when we're at a unique, more of a, an area like California went through with the fires and the flooding and the mudslides and such, and the tornadoes in the South that's happening.
Oh, it's been, some of the, yes. Oh, that's just terrible stuff, some of that. But yeah.
Well, what do you think? And have you been chatting with Abinda lately?
Yeah.
What is
Well,
Abinda?
today's her birthday, actually. She's
Are you-
200 years old. Yeah.
She
I
said
know.
that. Happy
Yeah.
birthday. We should have a chat with her later. A birthday party.
A birthday party. Yeah.
Interplanetary, interdimensional birthday party for Abinda.
Yes. Yeah.
And so she perceived this as an opportunity for us to transform and vibrationally raise our
Yeah.
vibration, right?
Yeah. That everything, yeah, that everybody's going to be okay generally, but that, you know, we're in the midst of change on a global scale. We're going to think differently. And that's what we all needed. That was what this all was, is to think, come back more to our center, and
Right.
to think about others and think about what we really need to be healthy. And everybody's in it now.
I know. People are listening. They want to know. They're asking for information. And
Yes.
that's what I say, to use this time if you're not there at the frontline worker, which, you know, is you really are in the battlefields, and you're doing the most incredible work we could ever imagine. All we can do is pray for you and send you love. But for those of us that aren't able to work, that's had jobs canceled and bookings canceled and everything, you know, this is, for me, this is the time to research, listen, learn, and share.
Yes.
Right. So, and so many people are stepping up and doing that now. You know, when you look at all the YouTubes and the Zoom calls and the Instagrams and the Facebook, and you see the people that do feel called, and it's quite beautiful.
It is. It is. And yeah. And, you know, I mean, we were on it early because, you know, we've been best friends for so many years now. And, you know, a green drink for us is, you know, like heaven. And so
we both did have at the same time.
And so now it's like, give me that green drink.
I want my green drink. I haven't got my celery and all over here now. I'm like, oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I know. It's just a little shift that has to go off in the mind. And we're fortunate because as a kid growing up in Georgia, I wanted to know everything. I just knew there was more, and I wanted to feel my best. And, you know, I mean, I think I got done in when I had a hamburger eating contest at McDonald's before a away basketball game in my senior year. And I just thought I thought food just, look at me. I can work out and I can stay skinny and I can eat, you know, and I'll just, and then I remember just my body finally, something just shifted. And I was like, oh, it's so heavy. I'm depressed. What's happening? I don't mean, it was not about weight. It was the heaviness of the energy that was in the food that I was taking in. And yeah, if you continue that, it's going to absolutely affect your physical, but it's the energy of the heaviness. And eating, not really, just sort of not appreciating it, you know, just, you know, we all have that tendency to make food a clutch at times, or a crutch. And that was a wake-up call to me, because I felt immediately I lost my, you know, I didn't have the energy. I felt depressed. And, you know, and I started studying the way I felt on certain foods and on other foods, and started just gradually leaving off the ones that weren't making me feel like I was light, that I had joy, because food isn't just about the way you look. It is so much about the way you feel.
Yes, it is about the way you feel. And we all need to feel good again. And, you know, this is I think of this as a time too, where, you know, it's coming back into a simpler thought process. Not that we have all this incredible information, we have time to learn it, but, you know, from the internet's such a great tool in our lives. But
some of the internet servers we have to be careful of. They do try to control what we see, but otherwise, yes.
Well, there's always something, you know. That's
manipulation is happening there too. There's some private servers you can find. Firefox is better. I think it's Brave is another one that's good for searching.
Yeah. So the thing is that we have to, you know, we should be back in the mode of, you know, just being gentle. That's, I keep coming back to gentle breathing, gentle exercising, gentle eating, gentle. Just start being gentle again. You know, because everybody was well, in the first world countries, I know that everybody was going way too fast.
I'm eating slower, see?
Good girl.
Eating like a little bird now. But you're so right, Sarah. I'm a Scorpio. I'm not very gentle on myself often. It's something I've had to work on. So thank you.
Yeah.
Little way. How can people do that? Tell us some more little ways people can learn to be gentler.
Gentle on yourself. Well, I really like meditation. Meditation for me, I think that really puts people in a, and for meditation, you know, in my classes, I don't teach you to kind of source for nothing. Yeah, I always like you to either relax and not think about too much and bring yourself back into the present, like transcendental meditation, or to do some kind of visualization. And when you do visualization, when you're praying and sourcing for real things, then all of a sudden you realize that your natural effervescence and your flow then comes into being, that you're starting to create your reality. So it's like it's an idea in your mind, and then all of a sudden your body says, oh yeah, no, let's do that. And so you're into your flow at that point. And so a lot of things, I think magical things happen at that moment. And, you know, Marla and I, we coined this phrase just between us, so many years ago. And it was that we walk a beautiful life. And we would remind each other that all the time. And, you know, we walk a beautiful life whenever we complain or anything. And
It's a reminder. It's like,
a reminder.
you lost
Yeah,
beautiful
yeah,
life.
yeah. Right. It was just kind of our way of, you know, getting us back on track. And, you know, we started to really believe that. And so, of course, that's what happens is we create just such magic in our lives.
Yes, yes. I mean, that has always been a key for me, is remembering that. And you know, when you've been best friends for almost, you know, at least 27 years, you've seen it all. You know, we've seen such a full life spectrum in those years of in all ways. So it really has been helpful. And if you do practice that meditation, you're going to start getting like a white aura around you, like Tara has right now. I see.
Well, you have it too.
I do.
Yeah.
I did. I was working until like 2:30 this morning, but I made myself, and I did have to make myself. I was like, how gentle can I be on myself? I kind of have to make myself do my yoga. So I literally did 30 minutes of Kundalini, and it just, you know, with all the things I could have done, preparing papers and notes for all the different meetings, it wouldn't have really meant anything if I didn't have that time to get there and breathe and align and just, you know, channel the energy all the way through, you know, all the chakras, and invite all this magical energy and healers that are around us to come be a part of our conversations throughout the day.
Right. And, you know, talking about that on the exercise, you know, a lot of people have been missing walking around or going to the gym or whatever, you know, they've been social distancing, but, you know, YouTube is a great tool for that. You know, there's so many wonderful programs, and I was doing Pilates last night before I went to bed. And I thought it was so funny that the girl was saying, you should not do Pilates 2 hours before going to bed. You might be too energized. And I was like, oh, well, yeah.
It didn't keep you awake, did it?
No, I yawned right away. And yeah.
I got on my little, well, actually, I just started jumping up and down without my mini trampoline because I realized I hadn't got enough exercise yesterday. And I flipped on the TV just to check and, you know, just to check a bit of you know, the news and see what we could expect for today in New York City. Can I go out and hit a tennis ball? No. And I went, just get your body moving, just at least shake it out. You know, just shaking it out is so good, because any of those fear attachments on us, if you just shake it out, that's just a good thing to do too. So simple. But yes, YouTube has been very, very helpful.
Very helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just do, and if I don't feel like doing a whole lot, I'll just what is it? Surf. I'll surf. 3 minutes here, Zumba, different Zumba. I can do. I want to do 10 minutes and 3 minutes and 10 minutes more of another one, and you just surf around, and it's just kind of fun.
That's good. And I have some of my friends that used to teach yoga class on live stream, doing their hour, and it's sweet. And I mean, I do not last long, because if I have my phone in my hand and I'm looking at text messages, WhatsApp messages, emails, and Instagram, or and I see someone exercise, I'm like, oh, I'm so happy they're doing that. Click.
Right. Right.
I have a hard time. My focus is like not the same as shutting it down, just putting on the YouTube and calming everything else for those moments.
Yeah. And I'll see the horse stuff, and then, yeah, I got to go run to my horses.
Exactly. Thank gosh you have those horses to run to. I do. I think there's places I go in my mind sometimes in visualization, and one is they're scooping the horsey poopy with you.
I know, isn't it so funny that it's joyful. It's a joyful moment. Yeah, I always tell my guy who is cleaning, no, I'll do it. I need the exercise.
I mean, it's and I just found for the new year, it was such an emotional exercise too, of like, what is it inside you want to let go of, right? And so using it to dig it up, throw it out, dig it up, throw it out. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, no, it's an easy process, I think, of that. Yeah, it's so nice to take care of them. I think that's our nurturing that we have. I just love to take care of them. It's like having babies all the time. They're 5-year-olds. They love when I show up, and they're all about it. And I've been putting on little movies, and I don't know if I've been sending them to you or not, but I'll just put the video on of them while I do other stuff, and leave them tied up, just waiting for me. And it's so funny, just their reactions and what they're talking about and what they're, waiting, how they're waiting for me. It's really cute.
Bella and Lyrica, we're talking about.
Bella and Lyrica, yeah. Well, Lyrica, yeah. Lyrica. Yeah. She can't get my attention.
They are. It's just, they're such human beings,
Yeah. Go get it. You know what I need. You know what I want. Yeah.
Oh, and then you just keep putting up those videos because they're so cute. Because I've had the joy of being with Tara and watching the excitement the moment that car arrives. The moment you get out and they see you, and then of course the carrots was a lot of fun too.
Yeah. Yes, they are.
I was like going, I kind of want a carrot too. Am I allowed, Lyrica, to have one of your carrots?
I buy the big jumbo packs. Yeah. So that everybody can eat carrots. Yeah. So yeah, no, I mean, but what is the joyful part of everybody's life? Even if it's reading a book, I mean, I have so many books that, it's been nice to crack open a book and really be able to. Oh, yes.
That's me sending you a text message.
Yes.
I miss you.
We can so much. Cameron knows that. And so we'll ask him in a minute.
Okay. I think it's important. I like it. It's just, I like communicating with the people and letting them
ask. He might not have put that on because his coffee grinder broke this morning. And so I think that he was going around to it.
I'm here.
Busted.
I have my you know what? I didn't go buy a grinder. I just went and bought ground coffee so that I can French press my coffee still.
Do you have any kind of blender? Because what I finally figured out after carrying around healthy beans all over Europe and Italy is that if you have like a Ninja, or what do I have? Any of those juicers, they grind your beans so well. So I finally started doing that. I put it in the power blender, and there you go.
Yeah, no, I only drink French press coffee. I have to have my French press.
Those bullets. Does it work for the bullet?
Bullet works perfectly. The magic bullet
works too. Yeah. So we'll get something this afternoon later on and see what we can figure out. It's not a priority on the spend money list.
No, of course not.
Oh, I'm having hibiscus tea right now, but I know that. Oh, look, my girlfriend Pam gave me this M. It's not just about ego, but it's so pretty, isn't it?
Pretty. That's a pretty M.
I'm
I
hydrating.
have Trigger and
Oh,
Run.
there you go.
Oh, I'd love to be sitting there with you having one of those, sister. Oh, that
I'd
looks so
show you what.
hibiscus tea, Tara, and coffee. That looks fun. So we were wondering, because I love to talk to people and see where their hearts are at and see how we can help them. Is there any way to open up the system and take calls?
Yeah, take calls. Hang on a second. Yeah, the phone number is 1-844-390-8255. Just give it a second here because I have to turn the lines on.
Can you put it up on the screen, or you would have to? Does that work?
Well, I just told everybody on the air.
Yeah, I know. We're just.
But it's on the website too, ctrnetwork.com. The phone number's right there.
Yeah, but we'll see if people are creative enough and and want to reach out to us.
Yeah, it's 844-390-8255. If you want to call in and talk to Miss Marla, Miss Tara, then you can go ahead and do that, and we'll be happy to take your calls. That's 844-390-8255.
8255. Perfect. I might put it up on my on my page there too. Great. Because Tara and I can talk forever, but I really do want to, I feel the hearts of people, and I want to be able to see how we can best center our energy to back and
Absolutely.
share. So
Yeah,
please.
and that's 844-390-8255.
Great.
Very nice.
Thank you. Thank
Very
you.
nice. Yes. But regime, as far as, is just eating well. For me, it's reaching for vegetables over, carbs.
And because carbs, they are quite addictive. Let's be honest. They bring you in and they don't hardly let you go.
Right. And a lot of comfort food comes in from carbs. So it's try to reach for the vegetables. Cook some vegetables. I usually cook all my vegetables in the morning, throughout the day.
Oh, you do? Oh, you make those. But tell me about that big old pot of healing. You were doing a healing pot of something stew.
Yeah.
Was it a tea that you're making?
Yeah, I was making, I just finished another batch of that. I make the ginger and lemon and turmeric tea.
That is amazing.
And then I put it in the refrigerator, and it's just really so nice as far as just, elixir. Instead of, if you want juice or something, you just reach for that tea, and it's so refreshing. And you can just get ginger and lemon.
Yeah. I start usually now for these 5 days on the Prolon, I'm doing, I'm following the rules. and I'm laughing because I have a very healthy regime anyway, but I want to see how I feel following this, that puts my body in that I'm feeding my body, but it's mimicking a bigger fast. And they've shown studies and research with cancer, helping diminish cancer, especially if people are doing chemo. Also, the fasting helps the negative signs of the chemo not affect the body. So it's feeding the good cells and not feeding the chemo's, going after the cancer cells and not the good cells. So that's what happens when you're in the middle of this process of fasting. It lets your body go in and do what it needs to do to knock out those that aren't serving you. And so, yeah, we never know. I just like to, I want to take this chance, and, I figure I'm here. No one's invited me out to dinner, so I might as well enjoy it.
Oh yeah, or a Zoom dinner. We could have done it. We could do a Zoom dinner. Anyway, I have to tell you a funny story about, Cheyenne. She's at my house now, And so the first thing she says to me in the middle of the night is she says, "My gosh," because she had asked me about my weeds a couple of weeks ago, and I said, "Well, I'm not sure. I think I have mallow in my yard." So she went into the yard and she said, oh my gosh, you have a whole crop of mallow, which is the best if through this coronavirus, you know, can be made into a tea, and it's great for the throat. It's
Oh,
and
that's
it's an amazing
amazing.
throat tea.
Of course.
And so I said, yeah, but that dandelion. I said dandelion.
And we had dandelion when I was staying with you. We
Yeah.
picked up some dandelions and had it. Yeah, that's great. So you're gonna keep that crop going, aren't you?
Yeah, I think I'm going to keep that crop going. Yeah. Yeah. Because I'm building a garden anyway. And so I thought, oh, yeah.
I'm so happy. And then we'll have to get a trampoline again too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
little girl Marla to come play.
I know. Well, you and Everest jump on the trampoline.
Oh, God bless. Yes, absolutely. So I just want to know what other people are doing right now to soothe themselves. I think I'll have to watch a bit of the news today to see if Georgia is actually opening up this weekend, because that was a big debate.
Oh.
Talking about opening up hair salons, barbershops, tattoo parlors, and gyms. So I was like, I'm putting people in very close proximity, you know, but that's, I mean, that's the conversation that's going on now between, you know, the federal government and the state governments, because the states do have the ability to make a choice on that. And I don't know, what do you think? What is your feeling about people being able to?
Well, I think that, you know, I mean, proactive movement is probably good at this time. I think that people have been, I think we've learned a lot. So I do think that the world will open up again, but I think it should be slowly so that everybody keeps remembering. I don't think it should be too fast, because if you go just back to, you know, this is like going on a diet or, you know, exercise regime. If you go back to your old ways, it's, you know, I mean, I think that we all need to change, and this is what it's saying.
I know. I feel that inside. I feel like there's a part of me that goes, not too soon. You know, I want to, you know, I'm praying everyone gets their checks and feels that they're getting in that trust and there's not too much anxiety. But it's like, I feel like I don't want to lose this. And now what I'm triggering is that you'll never lose this unless you consciously think you are. I mean, do you have courage to go walking through the world when the world is open to us again with the consciousness that we have now, knowing at any moment you can choose how you live your life?
Yeah. And it has to be constructive movement. I mean, you know, the destructive tendencies that we all have just don't work. They don't work. And we've been going way too fast.
Yeah. Yeah. We have been. I mean, the heart rate in all of us. I mean, I would have to just tap, 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 because I would be moving so quickly. And also, you know, I pray that people can just put politics aside and just.
Yeah. Some of all of that, all the arguing and all the
Horrible. I mean, I just want people to understand that is not helping us at all. That energy causes swirls of tornadoes, hurricanes, earthquakes. It's energy. Whenever we're angry or judgmental, or, you know, I mean, I think there's a way to be proactive, as you said, in how we discuss things and how we share our voice without having to do it through, you know, tapping into those anger.
Well, I mean, haven't they said I mean, you know, I know that it's probably been since, you know, I mean, hundreds, if not thousands of years, is you don't discuss, you know, business or politics at the table, or religion, because, you know, wars over religion, and so many, you know, people get heated up about things, and yeah.
But I think the conversations will. But the consciousness behind them, and just knowing in our hearts of hearts that we only know what we know, and that we are not walking in someone else's shoes. We can try to vision it and imagine it, but we don't know what has taken another person or that place to build those ideas and thoughts and fears that may make them reactive. So it's just, I think, again, it comes down to each person being responsible for your own mindfulness.
Yeah, and it's that mindfulness, strengthening the mind, power of the mind, come back into a centered thought process. You
Right.
know, and you know, it's that old adage too that you take care of yourself first, and then you can take care of everybody else.
Yeah. When
You know,
that,
because you're strong enough to take care of everybody else.
right.
Yeah.
Right. Right. And you can have the desire again too, because I think so it doesn't feel like an appendage to have to go take care of someone, but it feels like, wow, I'm whole and complete.
Right.
And now I have this gift of
Yeah, and
being
you don't have to care about being liked either. You know, I you know, during this, the coronavirus has really taught everybody that you're social distancing, but it's not about being liked, and it's not about people saying hi or even pleasantries. But, you know, I mean, you know, people miss a certain amount of being a part of a flow with the rest of the humans. But so the thing is that you have to take the first step into being the best, your best self, so that everybody else steps into being their best self.
Yeah.
So but you don't have to be liked. You just have to be pleasant, you know, and this pleasantness will just ripple out.
I've been breaking my face trying to smile at people through my bandana and masks.
Oh yeah, right, right.
Like, because I don't know if it's that way in LA and you know the more smaller areas or the towns, I'm sure it is, but you walk down the street and you're like, there's someone on the here, you're coming to each other, then someone will go in the middle of the road and get away from the person. And so we're just making sure we're distancing. So instead of hi, have a good day, it's like, whoo, let's get away.
Right.
And I'm really I went to the park on Earth Day, and I forget that we can social distance and still go out in nature. It's really bizarre how the isolation can affect different people in different ways. But I've been inside so much, and I've made this my fortress, so to speak, or my light tower, I like to call it. But I think, oh my gosh, when can I go outside? I went, you can go now. The park is 4 blocks. You're going to distance, you're going to have your mask and your gloves. And it was so phenomenal to go into the middle of the fields and run around and, spin. And I went up to a tree, and one of the park workers was so sweet. He goes, do you want to see my favorite tree? And I said, yes, I want to see your favorite tree. And he points at a tree that has a base going in 3 different directions up. It's 3 trees, like almost in one. It starts together and then it splits into 3. So it's a very holy tree. And I went up and I started hugging, and I was like, oh, I have to get a picture of this, of course, and I did a boomerang, and he was so cute, and he saw me with my camera. He goes, yay. And it was so sweet to be able to have a, communication with a human being, even though there was a distance, but share like that love of something in nature that was so good. It's been a lot of isolating.
I know. I did come across our hugging trees, when we were looking at pictures this morning. I was like, oh, there's Marla and I hugging trees.
Yeah, I have to organize those better. Yeah. So you probably were up. You were up with Cheyenne until late. Is she sleeping now? Because if not, I would want to put her on.
She's totally drove. Yeah,
Oh, it's so nice. You have your baby back. You're gonna have a house full of young ones and all of them. Everest, all of them.
Yeah,
That's crazy. I need to come over. Mine is still writing papers.
Come over.
I'm just happy to get a phone call or a text every now and then because she's still writing, oh my gosh, it's the final stages.
Yes, I mean, yeah. She's
Yeah.
at the end here. Yeah.
Getting there. Commencement has obviously been, I thought commencement would be interesting this year, but we don't know when it's going to be now, but I'm so proud of her.
I'm proud of her too. I was just going to say that too.
Yeah. So proud. So, but I just, you look at kids that are, everyone's committed to something. And my daughter just got, it wasn't me. I don't know. I mean, whatever happened in her lifetime to put her on this path, but so clear. I'm going to go to law school. I'm going to get the best degree I can. I'm going to make the best grades I can. Nothing can get in the way of it. Believe me. I'm like, have you drank enough water? Have you taken your vitamin C? Did you do the yoga? She's like, Mom, you don't understand. I'm studying. I'm like, I know I don't understand. You're studying. I understand you're studying, but I really want you to take care of yourself too. but this is her path. She chose with clarity, and she knew what it was going to be when she stepped into it. No one says law school's easy, but there's something in her destiny that has urged her to move forward in this way. And we all have those callings, and I think that, for many of us, it's the time to really hear and then see what's lining up in your life. I didn't know when this happened. I wanted to bring order into my space. I really did. I want to orchestrate everything in my life. And then, when I was supposed to be shooting The Righteous Gemstones, the HBO series, and then I had a speaking engagement in South Africa and all these other things. Oh, in Israel, I was going to be opening the Israeli Fashion Week. So I was like, but none of that. It's funny. The Righteous Gemstone sounded fun. But the other felt like it was just, I was right. Something told me it was a little off, that it wasn't the time. So talk about coming back into a space and allowing, I just ask God, what do you have me to do that I can be the best at for sharing? I'm not trying to be like this one or that one or another one. Let me just listen and be, give the gifts that are mine to share, that you gave to me to share. They're not the same as Tara's. They're not the same as Tiffany's. They're not the same as Cheyenne's. They're not the same as somebody you might be jealous of. It's your gift. So it's funny to watch how things come in that you weren't expected, and people come in that you weren't expected. And then you find that you have talents in other ways that maybe you didn't know that you have. Right?
Right.
So that's what I hold up to anyone.
Yeah. And that's everybody, you come into your own skill set, your own tools that you develop and that you keep developing. Everyone's good at something.
Oh gosh, or we wouldn't be walking this earth or breathing this air.
Yeah.
Or breathe some air. Window opens this month.
Yeah, that Cheyenne's such a chef. And then, I used to love when I was a kid, Yule Gibbons. Remember there was some
Of course, and the grape nuts or something, or
yeah, and he'd eat from nature, and I just laughed when, because I thought, wow, to know what everything is and what you can eat, and in the Native American of knowing what everything is, and here Cheyenne comes in and like, my gosh, this is a whole harvest. This is a harvest of mallow.
It's a harvest. It's amazing, and that she knows what to do with it. And imagine having her help to plant the garden and choose what you put in there.
Yeah,
and
I know.
And I can see.
I just think it's so funny what the weeds are. She's my own Yule Gibbon.
Weeds. I know. I used to have rosemary growing like mad. Rosemary and Calabasas, and it was, you couldn't. I mean, you'd have to trim it back a little bit. It would grow so fast. So we were always in abundance of.
Yeah, and rosemary is good for your memory.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah, it stimulates the brain. So, there's a lot of things that, we just take for granted.
Oh boy, the earth is filled with abundance for us.
Oh, it is. And this week was Earth Day, and it was really beautiful. It came in at the new moon of 3 degrees Taurus, and it's all about creating what we would like our lives to be, and, upon the earth. And it is a quieter time, but it's, and about with a lot of people with money, they're going to go back out into the world here in a few weeks. And so it's all about, what do you want to do upcoming, and to get back into maybe a not so stressful life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
This is our chance. This is
a chance for everybody. Stop worrying, so, okay, everybody's had their worry time. Let's get back into the, centered. Yeah.
Bringing that life force. I think about your life force activation series, your meditations and such. Are those on your app? The life force, or on your website?
Mm-hmm. They're on both on moonsource.com and on iHypnotherapy. I have an app. Yeah, everybody can tune into the app. And then I make custom MP3s for anybody who needs a hypnosis session.
That's great. Yes, you do. That's a great thing that you do. Make it custom for people for their specific needs. Yeah, you did one for me. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're fun.
I
Yeah,
love
well, I've had great success, I mean, to, health issues, to money issues, I'm always helping people. It's fun. It's fun.
I know. It is fun. That's what we love. And
Yeah, walking a beautiful life.
walk a beautiful life. Absolutely. And that's what we wish for all of you, truly. It's always such a pleasure to be with you, sweetheart, and share, my gosh. It's I get the call last night and I'm like, I'm crazy
Yeah.
yet, huh? How are we gonna do this?
But you're going to be in spontaneous.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I just, I'm going to pop back on and see if they're still doing the other call or take notes.
Good. Good. Do you want to, should we get on Instagram too and say hi to everybody?
Oh yeah, right after we finish. Yeah. How much time do we have here today with our crew? We're about down to 1 minute.
We're down to 2 minutes. So, okay. So if anybody wants to follow Marla, you go to marlamaples.com and everybody knows how to spell that, I think.
Yeah, we're just getting ready to relaunch the website. We've been I have a fun friend assistant who's just out of college, and she goes, I want to get in there and play with your website and make it fun. So we're doing some new things in it. We're aimed to launch it today. I'm not sure we're going to get it launched today. I'll get back on the phone with her when you and I are done and see how it's coming along. But it's Marla Maples at Instagram is where I've just been really focused too. But I'm going to be putting and sharing a lot of everything I'm learning on the website. I think that's the best way right now. And so there's a lot in healing and health and protective shielding from your phones and your Wi-Fi. A lot of information I've learned that I really want to keep sharing with everybody. So it'll be fun.
Okay. Well, we want to wish everybody, any information that you'd like from us, we're available through our websites. I'm tarainsight.com, marlamaples.com. Anyway, lots of blessings, everybody. Lots of love.
So much love.
Thank you for listening
I love you,
to
Marla.
Transformations with Tara. Tara hopes this